Well, state hockey tournament is set for this weekend in Columbus at Nationwide Arena, and for the 7th time under head coach Chris Varga, St. Francis is in the Final Four. Knights play Saturday morning, 9 a.m. against New Albany. Now, following a third-place finish in the Red Division, few gave the Knights much of a chance in the district tournament. But as Claire Dow reports, Varga knew all along how good this team could be.
When we caught up with the Knights back in January, they were 1-3 in league play, riddled with injuries. Head coach Chris Varga wasn't discouraged. He knew his squad would get their athletes back and hit their stride at just the right time.
Kept trying to tell the kids that we're healthy, keep fighting, keep doing it. You know, it's going to get better, it's going to get better. And get to a point where I think they don't think they believe in you or what you're telling or what you're selling. And then all of a sudden, you know, last couple of weeks, they started buying into each other. They're more upset with me than they were with each other. And then all of a sudden, everything's starting to come together.
And now Holmeyer's going to get to it for St. Francis.
Last weekend, St. Francis shut out Northview, scoring 3 goals in the third period, punching a ticket to Columbus for the 5th time in 6 years.
3-0. Incredible.
It's a great victory for St. Francis. I don't know if St. Francis ever had a shutout in the district finals, so we were kind of going through the back of the history books, and we don't see anything. So it was a first for us. And in a million years, I never thought that would happen because they're such a powerful team. You know, there's a lot of respect both sides. They got some talented players. You know, I've known their coaching staff ever since I've been here, and you know, it's just a great rivalry back and forth. I have nothing but respect for them.
It's crazy. Ever since like Friday night, just surreal to think about it. But just going through that game, very nerve-wracking. We scored 1 and I almost got more nervous, just knew they were going to come out that much harder. And then we closed it out and it's unbelievable.
It was amazing. I didn't know how to react. I threw my helmet into the netting and it got caught, and the student section had to get it down, and I couldn't find it for the next 15 minutes or something. It was crazy.
You know, the proudest moment is when we scored our first goal against Northview, and the kids, I think a light bulb turned on or a switch turned on and said, hey, wait a minute, we can do this. And then after the second goal, it was like, oh no, we got this. And then the third goal, it was like, we won this. I mean, it was all three, you could see they were excited, but there were 3 different excitement stages. And that was pretty unique because I really haven't seen that in our teams. Usually you win by 4 or 5 or you lose by 4 or 5. It's not third period 0-0. You know, it's all of a sudden 8-minute mark, you know, finally a goal goes in. It just doesn't happen, at least not with us. So that was really exciting. I was impressed how our kids carried themselves, and I was excited for our parents. You know, last year winning only 8 games, you know, I'm like, hey, don't leave St. Francis. I mean, believe, come on, please. I promise you. And I thought, you know, maybe next year, because we got a lot of young kids, and here we are. And I mean, I couldn't be any more prouder of these boys. I mean, they did everything I asked them to do.
The Knights face New Albany this Saturday morning at 9 o'clock in the state semifinals.
We played them in the preseason, but they just beat 2 of the top teams down in Columbus, so they're definitely rolling right now. It'll be a battle.
We played them in the preseason. They're a good team. We didn't have our full team when we played them, and I don't think they had it either, so it should be a good game.
With the Knights, Claire Dow, BCSN.